Welcome to Collecting Chaos. It's my Saturday night claim sale. Hi Glamos. Good to see you. I'll get started in a little bit. I'm going to wait and see who shows up, if anybody. I didn't bother resetting the wall into the little claim thing I did the other day or last weekend because I still have tons of stuff up there from yesterday. Nobody was buying comics yesterday, so that's the way it goes sometimes. Hopefully, we'll have a few people that pop in today and I can get rid of some of this stuff. Not bad. It was in the 50s today. As a matter of fact, let's see, it's around 50. It's 48 now, so it's pretty nice. I know Kentucky's getting slammed. They've got some really bad weather there. Matter of fact, there's a lot of parts of the country that are getting slammed. Yeah, I was a little surprised. None of our normal buyers showed up last night. So those of us that had comics were just kind of sitting there watching. But it is what it is. That's the way it's been here for the last few days. Only we hit, low 70s and then it drops down to 28. I don't know what it's supposed to get down to tonight. I didn't bother checking. Let me take a look. See what it says. Oh, it's going to be nice. Low of 37 tonight. And then tomorrow it goes to 80. And then drops down to about 58. And then 78 and drops down to 63. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it'll get cold again. And to think, Wednesday and Thursday used to be my days off. Long time ago. Now every day is my day off. Or at least, supposedly. I end up working more. But it's a different type of work. Whole different story when you do things you like. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody come in yet, except for you. And then, of course, I'm in the stream. Nobody shows up, I won't be offering anything for sale. It's just the way it is. And then some people, I mean, it might be in between paydays for people, so it could be all kinds of reasons they don't show up. Well, that's cool. I do not mind people lurking and working. And even if nobody shows up, I still need to be here, make my presence known so that people will say, oh yeah, he's going to be there every Saturday night. We need to go sometime. It's important to have continuity, I think. Looks like we've got somebody in the chat or somebody here. Give a holler. If you're here, go ahead and post something so I know you're here. Or not. It's up to you. How you doing, Radar? I imagine so. You're in that frozen zone as far as the weather goes. I'm just waiting to see who's going to show up and if it's worth me even bothering pulling anything out or not. I figure sooner or later I'll put something up and you'll go, oh, I have to have that. And that'll be the end of that. That'll be the end of on your moratorium for buying. Yeah, I was telling Glenn, last night was strange. We didn't have any of our normal buyers. There was a lot of people, but not comic and toy people so much. They were more interested in the jewelry and baseball cards, stuff like that I don't normally show. Or not baseball cards, but the collectible cards, Magic and one Pokemon mostly, and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. That's what people were interested in. Nice. How is it? I haven't bought anything new. What kind of cards? I mean, I can show cards. Uh, I can put out cards. I've got all kinds of cards: baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I've got non-sports cards out the wazoo. Just that nobody have really showed any real interest in them, so I haven't really put any out. I've got two sets right now. One is the Corbin set, and the other is the Mobius set. But I have more. Yeah, I got way too many, and I bought more last night. I bought some football cards because they were ridiculously cheap, and there was a few in there I might be able to use. Yeah, they are. I was going to offer them last night, but it just didn't. People didn't seem to be interested in that kind of stuff, so I didn't. Even the Masters of the Universe toy I showed, there only one person bid on it, so I might as well just offer it as a buy it now because nobody bid on it but one person. But I've started putting the minimum I'm willing to take for things now instead of starting them off too low and then not getting what I'd like to get out of them. I put the minimum I'm willing to take. Yeah, the only comics I sold yesterday were these. That's it. And I had three sets of them. They bought all three of them. I mean, if you started at auction, if you started at auction at the minimum you're willing to take, you're not going to lose. And if only one person bids on it, it becomes a buy it now. But it's still what you were the minimum you were willing to accept for it. So yeah, I think it's better that way. It's like most of the stuff up here. Most of these packs I have up here and the singles I have up here, uh, I would start them out at $10 because that's the minimum I'd be willing to take. There's a couple of them that are more. Here's one you might not have ever seen. That's actually the gold Turok, and of course I'll start that at a way more than 10. But kind of a neat comic to get a hold of. If I was collecting Valiant comics, that wouldn't be going anywhere. That would be sitting in my collection. And I thought about having it in my collection anyway. If I don't get any bids on it next week, it probably will go in my collection. I got to work a shipping deal out. How you doing, Chris? Haven't really started anything yet because there's not many people around. So I'm just talking. Yeah, I have a lot of that. I have a lot tucked away. A lot of Silver Age I have tucked away that I don't really collect. Every now and then I'll drag one out. As a matter of fact, I was looking through a whole box of Silver Age earlier today. I forgot that I had a lot of Dell and Gold Key and Charlton and off brands from the 60s, a few from the 50s. Yeah, I enjoy collecting. Unfortunately, I get way too much. I go overboard a lot, and then I don't have any place to put it. It's like last night they had a bunch of 1/24th scale cars, and I was very tempted to just say, "How many do you have?" and I'll give you $200 for all of them, because she was letting them go for like $5 a piece. But I have no place to put them. They wouldn't do me any good whatsoever, because I'd look at them and decide, well, I got these to sell, and yeah, I'm going to keep them. So until I make some room, I have to kind of keep an eye on it. That's why I'm not really buying any of the new comics, because I have no room. That's why I'm trying to sell stuff, is because I have no room. Not really. You can take 400 1/64 scale cars and put them in a tub. Just stack them like that in a tub. You can put a lot of them in there, and they never get damaged. Oh, I forgot. You collect Hot Wheels, don't you? Is it just Hot Wheels, or do you collect all 1/64? Yeah, when you get that number, it starts taking up a little bit of room. Yeah, but is it just Hot Wheels, or is it Hot Wheels, Matchbox? What are some of the other brands? There's some other brands from Europe, and there's a brand from Japan. How you doing, Patrick? I think this might turn into just a chat uh, tonight. Is there? But that's okay. I don't mind. Oh yeah, Johnny Lightning. I got a case of Johnny Lightning somewhere. Where I have a case of the Frightening Lightning somewhere. Those are the ones that had. I got a case of the ones that this came in that's unopened. Tomica, that's one of the brands I was thinking of. Oh yeah, Johnny Lightnings are wonderful. They're great. I should put that case up for sale for auction one day. See how much I can get for it. Since it's unopened. I don't even know what's in it. I've literally never broken the seal on it. And it came out in what year was this? $1997. So I have a case that's unopened that I've never broken the seal on from 1997. And I figure that's how they're going to be the most valuable, is by just leaving it in the case. Oh, I remember going through so many cases looking for White Lightnings and never finding one. I don't think I've seen one. I've seen a couple of them, but I've never actually owned one. And I've never actually pulled one out of a case. It's just like when the Hot Wheels ones were hard to find. Their special chase cars, they were really hard to find. But supposedly there was one in every case. Well, every case I ever bought never had one in it. And I got most of them through Diamond Comics. And I honestly believe that Diamond Comics was searching the cases and pulling them out. The treasure hunts were, yeah. I think Diamond was pulling the treasure hunts and selling, and then replacing the car and selling the case like that. Because none of them looked like they were factory sealed. I know if ever I got one, I just put it out. I always did that with the short pack stuff. I just put it out at the regular price, and people could buy it if they want. I'd leave it up there for about 2 weeks. If nobody bought it in that first 2 weeks, then I would pull it. But I always gave my customers a chance to get it first. Problem is, most of them thought that I went through them and searched them, so they didn't bother checking. They'd usually be towards the back. Yeah. You put them out, you put them towards the back, and then people have to go through everything to find them. When they find it, it's a treasure. And if they don't find it, then you pull it out and you sell it at a higher price. You always give your customers a chance first. I've done that with comic books too. When they would send a special comic through, sometimes I would put it towards the back, and if somebody found it, great. And if they didn't find it, a few weeks later, I'd have it on the wall, and then people get mad because they could. Well, how come you didn't tell me you had that? Oh, I had it out there on the shelf. Normally, the people that get mad would be the ones that had pull boxes. But the people that would get mad would be the ones that had pull boxes, and I wouldn't put the special comic in their box. I would put a regular comic in their box, and they never bothered looking at what was on the shelf. They would just get from their box and then get mad because I didn't pull that for them. Well, screw them. That's for everybody, not just for them. And now they've got it so that it's not, I mean, it's ridiculous now. You got to order so many to get something, it's not worth doing it. Way too many variant comics now. Yeah, and you can't send them back anymore. Well, you uh, comic shops never could send them back. That's the bad part. We could never send the comics back. They started a little bit just before I closed down. They started allowing for some returns, but it was only a small percentage of what they bought of what you bought. So if you bought 100 of something, you could return 10. If I bought 10 of something, I could return one. No, if you bought 10, you were out of luck. You couldn't do any returns at all. You had to hit a certain plateau before you could get any returns at all. And then it was only a small percentage of what you actually ordered. It just they made it as difficult as possible. Now, on some things, I would order direct from the publisher. Uh, I know Beckett, I used to order direct from the publisher, uh, and a few other magazines I would get direct because I could title strip them and send the titles back. I could send them in and get credit for it, and that was worth it to me. How you doing, Jackson Roy Kirk? We haven't started anything yet except talking because there's not many people here. Yeah, no. If you open a store, let me know, Radar. I've got it back stock for you. Yeah, back stock for days. I'm actually working on a list of everything I've got that I want to put up for sale. so that, you know, I can send it out to stores, and if they have a buyer for it, they can buy it from me and turn around and sell it at, you know, a reasonable markup. Some things it's hard to let go of. Some things it's easy. Depends on the reason you bought it, the reason you collected it. Uh, Most of the Marvel comics I have no problem getting rid of them at all. No problem letting go of them, with a few exceptions. But things like Superman, my Wonder Womans, my Supergirls, no, I have a hard time getting or letting those go unless they're doubles or triples or something like that. A lot of the Silver Age stuff I'd have a real hard time letting that go. How you doing, Roy? We're just chatting. It's been a little slow in here tonight, so we're just chatting away. Haven't really started trying to sell anything. I could, if anybody wants me to start offering stuff, just let me know. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing it as part of my retirement. So, like I said, if people want me to start offering stuff up, I will. Otherwise, we just sit there and chat. And I'll leave the wall as it is until next week. I can think of at least one that really benefited. The one that my son-in-law sold a lot of my stuff to. The only thing is, I wasn't disabled or deceased. I was just not in the same state. And if I could have blocked it, I would have, because he got rid of a lot of good stuff at low prices. You know, some of which I would love to have right now. I could use, 2 or 3 copies of the first appearance of Harley Quinn, and 3 or 4 of the first Deadpool, and 3 or 4 of the first Cable, and yeah, I could use some of that stuff. Nope, haven't talked to him. And, my daughter put the money to good use, so I'm not going to complain too much. It helped them out a lot, so. It's just I could have gotten a whole lot more money than he did just out of those few comics. I know I had it, Roy. I know I had at least 3 of the first appearance of Harley Quinn. I know I had at least 4, I think, of the first appearance of Deadpool. I had like half a dozen of the first appearance of Cable. I had tons of other stuff, including the Platinum Superman that I no longer have, and that was part of my collection. Yeah, sold it all for pennies on the dollar, and the guy that got him knew exactly what he was getting. Some of that stuff he sold for fractions of penny on the dollar. Yeah. Well, all 3 of those are tough. I mean, you've seen the kind of condition stuff that it comes out of my collection is. That's what these look like. Oh yeah. The Platinum Superman 75, that is a tough one to get. I'll get another one someday. And that's the least valuable of the 4. That's the sad part. It's the least valuable of the 4, but it's the one that I would most like to have. And the really sad part is if she had that stuff today, she could be putting it on eBay and making bank. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I know a couple of people that have a habit of finding things. That's how I come up with a lot of the stuff that I've got. That's how I came up with. That's how I managed to get a hold of that Turok Gold, because I know people that have a habit of coming up with things. We won't talk about what I paid for that. I'm not going to talk about that. I'll offer a couple of things up, see if anybody's interested in picking them up. Uh, these are kind of cool. So Robotech Macross number 26 and number 28 in really nice shape. I'd take $10 for both of them if anybody's interested. If not, they'll sit up there till next week. And I also have number 29 and 30, which I'd offer up at the same price. Not easy to find in this condition. Most of the Robotech Macross saga I run across are trashed. But I believe these are probably gradable. And I have number 31 and 32 also. What else is that? There's a shiny Sabretooth Red Zone and Sabretooth Back to Nation, or Back to Nature. How you doing, Jason? There's Spider-Man number 7 and number 16. And I'd take $10 for any of these packs I'm showing right now. It's X-Men 72, 73, and 74, but I'm only going to show you the 72 and the 74, but the 73 is in the same condition because I don't feel like taking them out of the bag. Union Jack 1, 2, and 3. There's number 1 and number 3, and number 2 is inside of it. Yeah. Let me see which ones these are. 92, 97, 99, 101, and 102. I'll just show you 92 and 102 because I don't feel like opening it up. But they're all in nice shape. And I do $10 for the pack. And this one is 103, 106, 107, 109, and 113. And there's 103 and 113. It's the same thing. I don't feel like opening the pack. That'd be like, 5 for 10. Or you can wait until next week and I'll start the bidding at 10. Exterminators, 1 through 4. This is all stuff I pulled out of my collection. But I had multiples of some of it. Let's see. Let me see what that one is. I got them all on 3x5 cards, so I'll know what they are. Anybody like Quasar? There's number 12, 13, 16, 26, and 32. And 45. Where does 45 come from? I don't know, but 45's in there also. Oh, this is 12, 13, 16, 26, and 32, because there's 12 and there's 32. And the other one's 35, 36, 41, 42, and 45. Got them all on 3x5 cards. This one's kind of neat. I think I showed this one yesterday. X-Men Wildcats Dark Age. X-Men Alpha. And there's another No, that's it. No, there's another comic in there. I'm not sure what it is. X-Men Rarities, first print. Gorgeous comic. Easy 9.8, maybe a 9.9. Which is why it's in Mylar. And of course, if you have a lot of money, but this is not going to buy it now. This one I want to do an auction on. That's Fantastic Four 18. And I'm seriously thinking about taking the tape off of it. Might do that this week. It'd make it look a whole lot better, I know that. Might do that for my Thursday show. So yeah. But that one, like I said, that one is a whole lot more than that. That one I'd start way above $10. I have a Captain Marvel 21 up there too. So there, I showed you some comics. I got some toys. But I'm sure you already have these. The Spider-Man Sinister Six. I've got 7 of the 10. See, like I said, I've got 7 of the 10. I seem to have left one behind. No, they're up there. There's 7 of them. And I'm sure you have these. Tuck Tuck. These are in pretty nice shape. I like that one. I'm tempted to keep that one. That's a good one. I like that. I like the trucks. I like stuff like this too. It's from 2014. Like I said, it's in pretty nice shape considering its age. I probably should take pictures of them and stick them on eBay. Maybe they'll sell. I really need to start listing stuff on eBay again. I've been slacking off the last month or two. And I've almost got it set up to where I can start taking pictures. So I really should get ready to start doing that. Yeah, I don't have that many though. I've still got a few Hot Wheels, but I don't have that many left. Nobody's claiming anything. And I'd need it paid as soon as possible. If anybody does. Got some other cool stuff. This is a Inspector Gadget from Burger King from 1991. Nice little 31-year-old toy, 32-year-old toy. Pretty decent shape. It's the Inspector Gadget Scuba. And here is a Burger King IQ Troll Doll from 1993. This is Mulan from McDonald's, 1998. Most of the stuff I have is older. It's over 20 years old. Not vintage, but definitely things with character. There's a 1995 McDonald's Snow White from their Masterpiece collection. And from the 1995, I have 4 of the 6 Babe toys. Wait, the elephant's not one. But the kitty cat is. Those are kind of cool. Yeah, and these card sets, I do 10 a piece on those. Oh, not much. Just showing stuff. Nobody's really claiming anything. I'm just showing stuff off. Uh, Probably going to close it down in a few minutes. Well, I have a lot of 80s G.I. Joes. They're back behind. And then I got my Star Wars here. I've got 3 trays of them. Eventually, I'm going to do that with the G.I. Joes, too. Makes it easier to find stuff. I just need to get more of these trays. The bottom tray is what everybody wants. Matter of fact, that one right there. That's the one everybody wants. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have G.I. Joes. I have about 3 times as many G.I. Joes as what I just showed you for the Star Wars stuff. Yeah, that was a Boba Fett. I'm going to hang on to it for a little while. No. No. You're not going to find those. There's like 3 of them in existence. Those are originals. This Boba Fett's from 1979. The AT-AT Commander from 1980. So all of my stuff is original. I think I have a little over 100. I'm not sure. I have a few new G.I. Joes too. I buy them occasionally. Let's see if I can dig any out. Like this one. I like that size. I don't know why. The larger size, that's what I've been buying for the newer stuff. But I have some old ones. And then I have my belt buckles and my belt in a case. But that's not G.I. Joe. I'm counting, rough count, 88 G.I. Joes from This from the 80s. I got a bunch of stuff. I got more stuff than I know what to do with sometimes. Got a few of the Star Wars vehicles too, but I have to find them. Those I might let go. And I've got some of the G.I. Joe vehicles and some of the other stuff. Nothing in a box. None of the originals are in the box. But I got a few Mego dolls. Some I've had to refurbish most of them. They're back there buried. Falcon? What about Falcon? No, the Mego dolls I have are like Cher, uh, the Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. The let's see what else do I have buried back there. Jamie Summers from the Bionic Woman. Things like that. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's Gung Ho from the 1983 series 2. So it's comparable. They're the same size as the Star Wars. Too bad he's missing his lightsaber. That'd be a good toy if he had his lightsaber. So, yeah. I really have to go through and see if I have any doubles of these, because if I do, I wouldn't have a problem with selling them. But you see, I get a little crazy when I make labels for them and make it so that I could sell them, and then I never do. Same thing with these. It's like this one, the Ben Kenobi. Yeah, there's a label telling about it on the back. Like I said, I have it so that I could put it up for sale, and then I never do. If at some point in my life I decide to open another store, then I will put them up for sale, because it'll be considered inventory. Yeah. I can print like 12 or 18 of those labels at a time. There's some of them I can print 30 at a time. It all depends on what size it is. The ones I put on the back of my comics. Yeah, that size. I can do 30 of those at a time. Not anymore. I haven't had a brick and mortar since early 2001. So it's been 21 years since I had a store. And most of what I have is back stock from my store. And I have whole cases of stuff that I've never opened. Ha! Yeah, keep dreaming, Jason. Keep dreaming. Look at that. 6. I need 3 more of these, and that should hold all of my. That should hold all my GI Joes. Yeah, I have a lot of JSA comics, but I don't know if I have any doubles yet. You'll get them eventually. Radar, you'll get those eventually. Like I said, I have to find my JSA comics, and then I have to see how many are duplicates and stuff like that, because that's something I'm collecting is the JSAs. And once I discover if I have all of them, then I'll start selling off doubles. Actually, I'll just start selling off doubles as soon as I realize I have doubles. Might have to fight with Jason about JSA, though. He likes those too. It's sad. I don't know what all I have with comic books anymore. I have over 20,000 that I don't know what I have. I know some of what I got. Don't know everything. I'm surprised occasionally. I believe I've got some from the 50s. I think I've got a detective from 1958. Yeah, if it's an evil GI Joe, Patrick knows about it. If it is it put it this way, if it was one of the bad guys, Cobra or Dreadnought, he knows. If it's a regular Joe, he may know, he may not. Oh, I've got a comic from 1938. I've got an Ace comic from 1938. I've got quite a few from the 40s. And I've got most of the Del Tarzan run which goes from 1948 to about 1962. See, Patrick's in a unique position. If he wants, he can join the panel without me saying anything. All he has to do is log in and come in. I don't even have to invite him. He's in that unique position. He can join a panel whenever he wants to. Actually, yeah, they definitely be considered vintage. For comics, anything before 1972 would be considered vintage, because that's 50 years. I got you by one, Jason, because I own number 8. Beat you by a month. Unless you're talking about the new Daredevil run, in which case, yeah, that's not old. 99% of my comics are older than the newer run of Daredevil, which is getting ready to replace with a new number 1. Same creative team, just a new number 1. And they're going to continue the story arc, from what I understand. I don't know. What? Comics are confusing nowadays. Just here browsing. Glad to see you. Everybody's coming in a little bit late, but that's okay. I'll stay here. I'll stay here and chat as long as people want me to. I'm not that. I don't have a problem with that. What else am I going to do? Eat candy peanuts? Circus peanuts? I discovered my dollar store carried them. Had to buy a bag. Yeah, there's not a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people anymore with that have wrenches. I got rid of all of them except the core group that I go with, and maybe 1 or 2 others. Just because, yeah, there were too many people that had them and no reason for it. Nobody needs one. That's my whole point. Nobody needs a wrench. People think they do, but they don't. If I think somebody needs a wrench, I'll give it to them. So, like Patrick has one, Horizon Picks has one, Treasures Noir has one. those are the people that are in the auction with me on Friday nights on Horizon's channel. So I gave them all wrenches, and I think one or two other people besides that have wrenches, and that's it. I just don't see any reason to give everybody a wrench. You certainly don't need one to claim. If I'm doing a claim sale, you don't need a wrench to claim a comic. You don't need a wrench to bid. You know. I have some of them, yeah. I don't have the whole run yet, but I do have a fair number of them. I've got about 15 of them. Wow. 3 Amigos movie items. I have not seen any of those in years. It's a pretty decent run, as I remember. Trying to think of how many was in there. Let me take a look real quick. $35 plus a special, 36 issues. Hour and 17 minutes, and I finally got a bot. My life is complete. Yeah, I forgot. Glamos is one of those 1 or 2 others that have a wrench. That have a wrench. Oh, I blocked him. The two of you hit him, and then I blocked him. Yeah, I can block him from inside a StreamYard. Yeah. Yeah, it was a neat design. There's also some other. They did a comeback on that. There was another series for Arian the Immortal, and that was a 6-issue miniseries. I think from the 90s. Yep, it was from the 90s. 1992. Yeah, you can actually go to vashtech.com. When you do, you're going to see a bunch of videos. Open one of the videos. Take a look at it. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Subscribe to them. Patrick Murphy will appreciate it. Not as polished as his, but it worked. What other comics do I have up here? I have Uncanny Origins 1 through 6. I'd let them go for $10. Yeah, that's a good price. And 8 through 12. I just put those, the Storm on the front and the Black Cat on the back. That one is actually worth almost what I'm asking for all of it. Well, no, that one's actually worth more than what I'm asking for the whole pack. Like $10, if anybody's interested in it. Like I said, I'm not too worried about selling anything by that now. It's hour and 21 minutes in, and I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I think I'm going to log off and go eat some pizza, because that sounds like a good thing to do. A Ghost Rider 11. I think I have one somewhere. I'll have to look. I'm not currently collecting Ghost Rider, so if I have one, I might be willing to part with it. I'll have to check and see if I've got it. Yeah, pizza sounds good. I'm going to go eat some pizza. Anyway, nice chatting with you tonight. And I'll every Saturday night, 9 o'clock. It's supposed to be a claim sale. If nobody's claiming anything, we'll just sit here and chat for an hour, hour and a half, or however long. It doesn't matter. I don't mind. And Monday morning, I'll be actually, I'm going to upload it probably tonight for Monday morning. My Monday morning show video, which talks about Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm finally going to get around to doing the one I said I was going to do like 3 or 4 weeks ago, where I actually start making a small an adventure, a small adventure. And I'll go through my thought process and how I do it. And we'll see you then. In the meantime, make sure before you handle your comics, your cards, Star Wars toys, G.I. Joe toys, whatever you happen to be into, make sure you wash your hands. It's good for your collection. Most of all, it's good for your health. We'll see you next time I'm online, I guess. In the meantime, everybody, have a wonderful